I would not have been able to accomplish what I did over these 2 weeks, over the course of the years of time I would have put in trying to find waves here and there. You learn so much because of these short loop feedback cycles and multiple trips out to the waves every single day with the video analysis.
One of the most special things I think I'll have ever done in my life. This was complete paradigm shift. We have things to actually work on. There's so many cool, fun things that we get to focus on now and pay attention to. So my mind has been totally expanded to like surfing.
Before this past 2 weeks, I had never been on a surfboard before, so I started from scratch. So I had a friend who came here a couple years ago. I was explaining kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn to surf, I wanted to go somewhere after the election, and I wanted to learn from scratch. And she had been here and she said, this place is amazing, you should go to Surf Simply.
We're crazy about surfing and we follow tons of like surfing Instagrams and watch tons of videos, and she was like, check out this camp that's in Costa Rica, where they film you and they take personal coaches out with you and you surf every day and you review your footage and you take these classes, and it's like a super intensive surf camp. We fantasized about being able to come. It was like a big fantasy of ours.
I mean, I think Nosara is a beautiful place. I think Costa Rica is a beautiful country. I had a lot of confidence in the kind of protocols that they would put forward at a time like this to make sure to safeguard their guests and run the resort well and run the surf program. And for me, that was a huge component of choosing to come back here right now. And then separate from that, I just always want to come back here because I just know that my surfing is going to get so much better when I come back here.
I really wanted to work on my carving turns and connect those together and do some nice cutbacks. That was kind of one of my big goals. The other was just to relax a little bit and get some, style to my surfing.
I really want to sort of work on critical takeoffs and getting into bigger waves. And honestly, I worked on all of that this week and much more in many ways.
Very, very structured coaching plan here where they teach you everything from your positioning on the board to paddling on the board to shifting stuff to getting under white water to getting back up on your board after going under white water.
For me, just having that tree of knowledge, kind of that map, what's really cool is you can have certain skills that, like if I see I want to do this, there's a few fundamentals I have to get.
I think it's almost like going to like Mr. Miyagi's dojo in Karate Kid for surfing. There are moments when you're putting something together that they teach you in theory, or they teach you with the board just on the sand. You don't realize why you have to do something until you're implementing it well.
All the instructors are speaking this language almost, where you start to learn, okay, I see what the pieces are, right? And I have to work on this piece, and that'll get me to where I want to go. Rather than just kind of randomly trying stuff.
Our coaches were Will and Marlon, and they were the best. They weren't just trying to make us, have the best time in the water. They were also trying to make us learn something, which is quite different from just, I'll just put you on every wave.
Yeah, I had Will in my first week. and then Tommy in the second week, and both were amazing. Both were super supportive, but also when there were times where I think my instinct was to just hang in the whitewater, they were pushing me to go out the back at least once every session, whenever possible.
I started out with Teal, actually. She's just like a super badass rock star who's got athletic abilities beyond imagination, and she did teach me some fundamental things, and Harry's kept me in a really good headspace, kept reminding me of my ability levels and to push myself a little bit further. And
he's got that right balance of encouragement, but also like helping you see kind of what I could have done differently to get to where I want to go. And he just struck that balance so well.
I don't know, there were just a lot of really special moments out on the water when it was super sunny out.
I think mine was the last sunset session because everyone's out and everyone's like cheering for each other, and you can see everyone else. And it feels like, you know, you rarely go out with a whole group of people that everyone wants you to get a wave and will cheer you and you'll feel for them. It's really cool. Absolutely, number one thing is that now I actually know what I need to be working on. So one thing was definitely cutting back, and that the waves can be much longer than what I thought. I always thought they're like, oh, they're so short. And I thought that's the wave problem, but apparently it was my problem, and I could easily make them a lot longer.
For me, learning the angled takeoff was an absolute game changer.
getting the chance to have this absorbed information that felt kind of overwhelming when you get it, but then like the time on a beautiful wave to like put it into effect and think and do and execute, and have your coaches being so excited for every wave that you caught because you were like, you were doing the thing, you were connecting your mind and your body.
I didn't think I was, by the way, going to be able to even stand up on a board until like after maybe a week. Even in the middle of my first week, we were going out back. And for me, it was a journey over the course of a few days to just learn proper paddling technique, proper turtling technique. This week has been very much about learning to angle the takeoff. That's what I'll probably be practicing after I leave here. I had like this terrible flare-up of a chronic condition that I had, and the whole team, from Rue all the way to every corner of this place, but Crystal especially, was so attentive. Every time I'd come back, she'd be asking me questions, trying to figure out how to prolong my sort of Tom Brady-esque experience here, where I'm trying to maximize my time here.
Learning some of these stretches and doing massages, I could go like twice a day and still gonna go tomorrow.
But I think the highlight for me, most of all, is like every time I come here, I just like meet super cool people. And that's always like a highlight. Like so many people I stay in touch with afterward.
We have a really sick crew this week that we've met, like this awesome group of people who have a like variety of personalities and great senses of humor. And we all like get on so well and get out the back, and everyone is literally screaming and hooting and hollering for each other and having like the best time and being so supportive.
You come stay at this bougie, awesome, minimal modern hotel in the jungle next to the ocean, and you take classes and you get massages and you get drilled.
I had really high expectations, and I thought that it will definitely, probably not meet my expectation, but it was way over it. Crazy physical every day, going surfing twice a day, and eating amazing food, and also learning a bunch, which is, I don't really know where you can get that.
Yeah, it's like surfing twice a day, and surf in the morning, video of every angle and photos, and then coming back and having instructors out in the water with you. Come back, they show you kind of what the wave looks like, what you're doing, how to help you get to where you want to be. Then you go out in the afternoon and you try these new things. You just do that every day. It's super fun.
And then there's hot tubs and beers.
Yeah,
that too. I mean, like that like shouldn't be overlooked.
The food was amazing. You can eat healthy here, but it's going to taste really good. So Dennis and the team will always tell you what it is that they're preparing, why they prepared it, and where the ingredients came from, which is just something I look forward to over every single meal?
These meals are so, I feel like I'm eating so healthy. I'm eating a lot because we're out there surfing all the time. But it's like, it's okay because it's super healthy stuff. And
You feel very cared for. Like, and food does that in general, but like their style of giving you food and smoothies, and it's like you're very cared for, and that's like a really nice.
Complete paradigm shift. Like, I cannot wait to get back to San Francisco and go surfing. We have things to actually work on. We know on every level, from paddling out to catching a wave, like there's so many cool, fun things that we get to focus on now and pay attention to. So man, my mind has been totally expanded to like surfing.
I would not have been able to accomplish what I did over these 2 weeks. Over the course of the years of time I would have put in trying to find waves here and there. You learned so much because of the short loop feedback cycles and multiple trips out to the waves every single day with the video analysis.
It was big, and the paddle outs were challenging, and I had to really push myself, and succeeding in doing that and looking at the photos that show me on these like mountainous waves, it was pretty badass. I'm pretty happy with that.
I just want to thank the whole team. There is no weak link in this team that runs Surf Simply, but everybody is on all the time.
One of the most special things I think I'll have ever done in my life. This was a break from it all. I was so present this entire week, and it was, yeah, I'll never forget it.
No, I just love it. Yeah, I love everybody here. I've like, had two great experiences here, the proofs and the pudding, like that's it.
definitely coming back. So.
I think this week at Surf Simply redeemed 2020 for me. It was kind of going whatever, but but after this, I think 2020 again became a good year.